Hello class, and welcome to lesson 6.6 on the distributive property. So, the first thing you need to know about the distributive property. As we've seen, when a number touches something, another thing, that means multiply. So that means A times B, this means A times C. When it's touching this parenthesis here, it also means times. The important part is that you have to multiply it to everything in the parentheses. You have to multiply it to everything in the parentheses. The biggest mistake people make is they only multiply it to the first thing in the parentheses. That is not the case. Let's say you have two friends because you're super popular and you have all of two friends. It's two more than I have. So let's say you have two friends. And if you're distributing some candy to them, you want to give it to both of them, right? I mean, like, how rude would it be if you just went up and gave it to one friend in front of the other, and you're just like, here's your candy, and bye to the other one. None for you, Glen Coco. So that's why we want to distribute to both of them. We want to do it to both of them. So for this one, for example, we can see it, and this is the proof. If I was doing it with numbers, here is 2 times, and in parentheses, 4 plus 5. Using our PEMDAS, I made that 4 plus 5 and 9, and 2 times 9 is 18. Now, if I had distributed that, to both of them, I would get that 2 times 4 plus, because there's a plus, 2 times 5. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. Hey, I still get that 18. Again, if I look up here at the top, x plus 3, I can't combine those. I don't know what x is yet. So I can't do anything. I can't do anything in my parentheses. I can't do anything PEMDAS style. So instead, I just distribute it. 5 times x is just 5x. 5 times x is just 5x. 5 times 3, we do that. We get 5x plus 15. Amelia asked, does this work every time? Yes. Distributive property works every single time as long as you do it right. As long as you distribute to everything inside the parentheses, no matter how many things. There could be 2, there could be 2,000. If you distribute to everything in the parentheses, it will always work. So to everything. I want you guys to do these 4 problems. So you're going to distribute the 2 for this one and the first one to the x and to the 3. I want to call on someone just for the beginning. I want to see, what is 2 times x? Vahe, what is 2 times x? Good guess. Ella, what do you think?
Well, we don't know what x is yet, so you can't really solve it, so you just write it out.
Exactly, we don't know what x is. We can't solve it, so we would just get 2x. There's a plus in the middle, so it's plus. And 2 times 3 is 6. So right there, that's your guide question to help you. So, Amelia, what is the 5 times, in parentheses, 9 plus x? What is that going to be equal to?
Okay, so like how we did on the last problem, we can do 5x plus, and then we multiply 5 times 9, which you get 45.
Perfect. Is she wrong because she didn't write it as 45 plus 5x? Nodding our head or shaking our head, is she wrong? She's not wrong. Just like what we learned yesterday, those two are the same thing. They're the same thing. They're just the commutative property. They're the same thing. In fact, I like the way she wrote it better because I like to have my variables in the front. I like that to be the best way. So exactly, we would get 5x plus 45. If you got 45 plus 5x, it's still the same thing. Michaela, what about this next one? 8 times, in parentheses, x plus 3.
So how you write it, it would be 8x plus 3, plus 3, and so you could just do it as 8 plus 3.
So she says 8x plus 3. Nodding our head or shaking our head? What do we think? Nodding our head or shaking our head? Ooh, Camilla's shaking her head. Camilla, why are you shaking your head?
I shook my head because she didn't multiply the 8 and the 3.
Oh, she did the typical error. She only multiplied it times the x. She didn't multiply it times the 3. So what would the answer then be, Camilla?
It would be 8x plus 24.
Excellent. You always have to multiply it times everything in the parentheses. Everything. Ella, what about this last one?
It would be 2x plus 6.
Apparently, I wrote the same problem at the very top because I'm not that smart. But yes, perfect. Lucas asked a great question. He says, the one on the outside, that's basically what goes in front of the x. I want you guys to try this problem then. Ready? I want you to try that problem. Vahe, what did you get as your answer?
I got 12x plus 8.
He says he got 12x plus 8. 4 times 3 gives me 12. And I still have that x. I can't do anything about it. Perfect. Then 4 times 2 gives me that 8. That is my answer right there. That is my whole thing.
It looks really hard, but once you like...
Lucas asked, okay, I thought we were supposed to solve, and he had put 20 in the chat. Here's the difference. Do we see an equal sign in this problem? Do we have an equal sign? Nope. If there's no equal sign, we can't solve. Even if there was an equal sign and something, I can't solve this yet. I cannot solve this. It is just 12x plus 8. I do not get 20. I do not get 20x. I do not get any of that. My x stays. I know, it's a brand new concept. You guys are sitting here going, no, it's math. We're supposed to get a number answer. What this is doing is it's setting us up to get a number answer afterwards. It's setting us up. It's preparing us. Here's the reverse of the distributive property. The reverse of the distributive property is factoring it. So in the chat, I want you to type, what is the greatest common factor between 12 and 8? To the 3 of us who answered in the chat, the greatest common factor is 4. That is the biggest number they are both divisible by. Perfect. I would like to thank Camilla, Delaney, Eduardo, Vahe, and Travis. So here's what we're going to split up. I take the GCF and I put it on the outside. This is how we factor. I take the GCF and I put it on the outside. With your fingers, and this one's a little bit more complicated, but we'll see it in a second. It's going to make sense. With your fingers, 4 times what is 12? 4 times what is 12? Show me on your fingers. Perfect. Some of you got it. Let's see. I have just a couple people who are doing it. But yes, the answer is 3. 4 times what is 8? Show me on your fingers. 4 times what is 8? Perfect. We see that, and it's 2. I would split it up, and I could get it like this. Let's check our math. Let's see, like in the beginning, if it works. I want to know, Sebastian, what is 12 plus 8 equal to? Perfect. 12 plus 8 is equal to 20. If I did PEMDAS, we do the inside. 3 plus 2 is 5. I've got that 4. That's multiplying. 4 times 5 is 20. These are the same thing. So they are the reverse. If I was to distribute this, I would get this. If I was to factor that, I would get that. So I want you to factor these 4 problems. You find their greatest common factor, and you put it on the outside, and then you put the numbers that are remaining on the inside. So Lucas, I want to tell me, what is the greatest common factor? What's the biggest number that both 9 and 21 are divisible by? It is 3. Perfect, just like what you said. I would put that GCF on the outside, and then I would put what I divided those numbers by on the inside. I would put those numbers, what I divided by on the inside. Marjorie, what is 9 divided by 3? Never mind. Hannah, what is 9 divided by 3?
3 is 3.
3. Perfect. And then I also see, Marjorie, what is 21 divided by 3? 7. Excellent. That would be its factored form. If I were to distribute it, just like we saw, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 7 is 21. Hey, we got back to the exact same thing. So all we do is we put the greatest common factor on the outside, and then what we divided by is remaining on the inside. Pearson's got his hand up, and his is the tricky one. So Pearson, what did you get?
I'm probably wrong because I don't want to 100% get this, but I got 3 and then parenthesis thingy. X plus 5.
So he's probably wrong because he doesn't get this thingy, and then he gets it all correct. He is perfect. That is exactly what we do. We can't take out an x from any of the other ones, so that x just stays. They're both divisible by 3. Excellent. Ruby got booped, so we were left with this. Amelia, what did you get?
I got 7 and then parentheses 2 plus 4.
2 plus 4. Nodding our head or shaking our head, is that the full correct answer? Nodding our head or shaking our head, is that the full correct answer? It's not the full correct answer. We're almost there. Camilla, what is the full correct answer?
So the full correct answer would be wait, what?
You'll see Vahe, what did you get?
I didn't get anything, but can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so, well, I know that 14 could go into 28 2 times.
Perfect. So 14 is their greatest common factor.
And then I'm gonna say a X.
Ooh, that's a good guess. There's no X here. How many 14s go into 14?
1.
Perfect. And you already said 2 14s go into 28. That's our answer. Excellent. Let's see, Ben, how about you?
Are you supposed to put an 8?
The biggest number they're both divisible by is 8. Ben, what's 80 divided by 8?
80 divided by 8 is 10.
What's 56 divided by 8?
56 divided by 8 is 4.
It's not 4, it is 7.
7, right, yeah.
Perfect. That's it, you guys. The distributive, the going the other way is more important to know, but this is just the proof that they work both ways, both directions. So if we were to do these 3 together on your fingers, what is the greatest common factor between 16 and 4? What are they both divisible by? 16 and 4. Show me on your fingers. Perfect. The people who showed me, they're both divisible by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4x divided by 4 is just x. Our next one, we pull out a 7. We're left with an x plus 6. On this next one, we pull out a 6. We're left with a 6x plus 5. Notice if we did the distributive property, we would get back to our answer. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times x, 4x. 7 times x, 7x. 7 times 6, 42. 6 times 6x, 36x. 6 times 5, 30. So these are just the exact same, but in reverse. So it's like addition and subtraction, how they're the same, but in reverse. Go to guided practice, page 488. So 488. So Abner, what did you get for this number 2?
So what I got, so X is going to be 3, I'm pretty sure.
Perfect, so we multiplied it. We got 3x.
And then we just multiply it, and then our X is going to be 4.
Ooh, good guess. So what we do is we multiply the whole thing on the inside. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 1 is what?
4.
3 times 1 is 3. So we would get our final answer as literally just 3x plus 3. We do not have an answer. Just the expression. Just the expression. Jessica, what about this one? Can you do this with me? Dolan, what did you get for this one?
I got, sorry for how crappy my voice sounds, x plus 8.
5x plus 8. What do we think? Shaking our head, nodding our head. What do we think? We're close, but it's close, but not fully. Lucia, what happened?
She didn't multiply 5 times 8.
Yeah, she forgot to do the 5 times 8, which gives us 40. We got to multiply that times everything on the inside. Michaela, number 4.
So first you just do 4 times x, which would just be 4x, and then that would be plus, and then you would do 4 times 6, which is 24.
Perfect. We always have to multiply times everything on the inside. Marjorie, let's factor these ones. 25 and 60, what's the biggest they have in common?
They have 5 in common.
Perfect. They have 5 in common, so I pull out that 5 and I make my parentheses. What'd you get inside your parentheses?
So then I got 5.
And?
And then I put the plus sign, then I got a 12.
Perfect. She's correct. Lucas, what about this last one? What do they have in common?
The greatest common factor is 4.
Perfect. We put the 4 on the outside, and then what are we left with on the inside?
I put 1x,
Mhm.
or it's just going to be x. I think it's 1x though.
Yeah, you could write 1x or you could write x. Perfect, both ways.
And then the addition symbol. And then I put 10 with like in parentheses.
Perfect. He is correct. So don't forget, you have to multiply times everything in the parentheses, just like you would have to divide by everything on the inside. This is your homework. It is page 489, numbers 4 through 6, as well as 8 through 13. You are not going to do numbers 1, 2, 3, or 7.